what's going on, guys? Let's look at this problem right here. Here this question is asking, let z1 is equal to 3 plus j4 and z2 is equal to 10 e power j5 over 4. Find the results of z1 plus z2, z1 times z2, z1 over z2, z1 square and z2 square. Now to add these two complex numbers, first of all we have to convert this exponential form into Cartesian form. Now let's go and do that. z1 is equal to 3 plus j4 and z2 is given by 10 e power j5 by 4. Now here we have this one in exponential form. Now to convert this one into Cartesian form, we had to use the Euler's identity. Euler's identity is basically we expand this one like this. z2 is equal to 10 times cos 5 over 4 plus j sine 5 over 4. Now 10 cos 5 over 4 is 1 over root 2 plus j sine 5 over 4 also 1 over root 2. Now to make it simplified, what we can do is we can multiply the top and bottom by root 2, like multiply everything by root 2 by root 2. In that way we simplify everything. If you multiply the top and bottom by root 2, you will get 2 by root 2 by 2 plus j root 2 by 2, and this will turn into 5 root 2 plus j 5 root 2. Okay, this is our z1 and z2. Now z1 we have z1 3 plus j4 and j5 root 2. Let's go ahead and add them together. z1 and z2. Okay, we have, yeah, we just have to put addition sign, that's it. z1 plus z2, this is going to be z1 is 3 plus j4, 3 plus j4, and z2 is 5 root 2 j5 root 2. So let's add the real numbers first. Real numbers are the first numbers, 3 plus 5 root 2, and then that one plus the imaginary numbers. For this one is 4, for this one is 5 root 2 plus 5 root 2 all together j. That's the addition part. We are done with this one. Now let's look at the multiplication part. This is first one. Let's look at the multiplication part. z1 times z2. For that one also we are going to use the Cartesian form. We convert this one into Cartesian form, z2 into Cartesian form. This is our z2, given z2. We convert that one into Cartesian form. Now we are going to multiply both of them. z1 times z2 is equal to 3 plus j4 times 5 root 2 plus j5 root 2. If you multiply this one, 15 root 2, 15 root 2 plus 20, and j square is minus, so this is going to be just minus 20 root 2. Okay, 15 root 2 minus 20 root 2, root 2. Let's make sure everything's right. I have the multiplication. This is not the correct way to do that. Okay, let's double check. 3 times 5 root 2. Here we can do one thing to make it simpler. we can take a 5 root 2 common. If you take 5 root 2 common, this is going to be just 3 plus 4j, and since we take the 5 root 2 out, this one is going to be just 1, and here we will have just j. Now 5 root 2, now we can do the multiplication. 3 times 1, 3, and 4j times j, that's 4j square. J square is -1, so -4. 3 minus 4 plus 3 times 1, actually 3 times, now we did with the 1 and j both. Now we are going to do with this one with j. 3 times j, that is 3j, plus 4j times 1, that's 4j, so 3 plus 4j. And if we simplify, this is going to become 5 root 2, and we will have -1 right here. And if we multiply -1 by this is going to become -1 plus 7j. Okay, that's how we do that. Now let's look at the third one. Third one is z1 divided by z2. z1 divided by z2, that is z1 is what? 3 plus j4. 3 plus j4, and z2 is 5 root 2 plus 5 root 2 plus 5 root 2j. 5 root 2 plus 5 root 2j, and that is 1 over 5 root 2 times 3 plus 4j divided by 1 plus j, multiply by 1 minus j over 1 minus j, and we will finally end up with 3 plus 4 plus 4j minus 3j divided by 5 root 2 times 1 plus 1, and that's gonna give us 7 over 10 root 2 plus 1 over 10 root 2j. Okay, that's it. Now let's get rid of this one. Now the fourth one is, we done 3 parts. Fourth one is z1 square. z1 square. z1 is 3 plus j4. 3 plus j4 square. And this is going to be just 3 square, that's 9, plus 24j plus 16j square, and that one is 9 plus 24 minus 16, 24j minus 16, and that gives us -7 plus 24j. And also we are going to do the z2 square. This one is done. z2 square. z2 square, it's better to do in Cartesian format. We convert that one into Cartesian, that is 5 root 2 plus 5 root 2j. If I take 5 root 2 common, this is going to be just 1 plus j, and we are going to square. If we square, we will end up with 25 times 2, 50, and if we square this one, it's going to be 1 plus 2j plus j square, and that gives us 50 times 1 plus 2j minus 1, and that is equivalent to 100j. That is the fifth one. That's how we do this kind of problems. I hope you guys find this video helpful. Thanks for watching, and if you are trying to learn Control System 1, there are a bunch of videos in my playlist. I hope you guys watch that too. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.